It's my pleasure to take you through the next segment of this session, the Students' Creativity Competition. While the whole world today is struggling to recover from the pandemic, the plans need to simultaneously address the health of the environment, the economy, and the human well being. It's time to understand that all green recovery discussions are to mandatorily include superior attention to building back better education systems that can help achieve these green visions. And to understand how well we are progressing as a society in our efforts to achieve a greener world, knowing what millennials, the future baton holders of this mission, think is the essence of this competition. The school students who will be presenting today are the top 5 shortlisted entries received for the competition. Their presentations today will decide how they get positioned from 1 to 5. Best wishes to all the teams. It's my pleasure to introduce the jury of the competition, comprising of two of our distinguished alumni who have painstakingly gone through the entries for shortlisting the top 5 and will be judging the presentations today. Our first jury member, Mr. Nikhil Agarwal. Welcome, Nikhil. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the attendees and the panelists.
Thank
Nikhil
you,
is
ma'am.
from batch 2010-2012 with a dual specialization in marketing and finance. Nikhil is presently working as a market analyst for McLean Fog Component Solutions in Bangalore. He has about 8 years of experience in branding and marketing, and he has recently completed his global MBA from SP Jain School of Global Management with 4 months in Dubai, Sydney, and Singapore each. Before this, he was with Skipper Limited, which is also a manufacturing company, for almost 6 years. Thank you, Nikhil, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Our,
Tripti.
our second jury member is Mr. Joseph Davis from 15-17 batch and a gold medalist. Joseph is heading the Research and Strategic Insights vertical at Consortia Advisory with insights for actionable decisions making in crisis management, CSR and sustainability, public advocacy, and brand reputation management. He has also served as political strategy and communications consultant for an Indian political party, project lead in corporate campaigns and CSR communications for media partnerships for Hindustan Times Media Group as well. Welcome, Joseph. Thank you both of you for joining. Now let's begin with the presentations and let's call upon the first team to present their work. Can we have Kashish Wahi and Yasha Jain from Pathways World School share the screen?
Hi, my name is Yasha Jain. I'm an 8th grade student in Pathways World School, Aravali. Yeah.
And are you interested in green recovery, sustainability? How come you're interested in these areas?
So in our school, we've always been taught about, globalization and sustainability, climate issues. It's been a big thing for us always. So we always, make it a point to take up such opportunities to talk about this and research.
Yes, Kashish.
My name is Kashish Wahi and I study in Pathways as well. So as a school itself, we have taken multiple initiatives to help with the climate action projects, and we take global initiatives so we can help our environment. So I've always been interested in these kind of things.
Very good. And are you also in grade 8?
Yes, I'm also in 8th.
Okay, so your presentation is here.
Yeah. Okay.
Do keep telling me when you want me to shift the slides.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Greetings. My name is Kashish Wahi.
And my name is Yasha Jain. Today we will be talking about green sustainability in a post-COVID world.
But first, let's discuss the environmental impact of COVID-19. COVID-19 has caused global disruption and changed our lives in ways we can't imagine. COVID-19 has had several impacts on the environment, some positive and others negative. Due to the great slowdown of social and economic activity, air quality has improved and there has been a significant decrease in water pollution, which are some of the positive impacts COVID-19 has had. However, due to the essential requirement of the PPE or personal protective equipment, plastic production has vastly increased, and their haphazard disposal only adds to the environmental problems.
All right, now let's discuss some potential strategies for green sustainability. First on the list is reusing and recycling of waste products. The need to recycle has only increased in the COVID-19 pandemic, with disposable medical equipment such as plastic gloves and face shields, and thousands of masks being used every single day. Next, we have ecotourism and ecological restoration. Because in order for us to have greener and more sustainable environments, ecotourism practices have to be strengthened. And thirdly, we have controlling individual digital carbon footprints. Now, this may not seem like a big problem, but because of the pandemic and because everything has suddenly gone digital, digital technologies now cause more CO2 emissions than the entire aviation industry alone.
Another strategy would be to make use of innovation in city planning. Smarter city planning has been on the rise, and with successful examples coming around everywhere, it is necessary now more than ever before. The last, but one of the most important strategies is global collaboration. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to come together to create solutions. As everybody faces the impacts of this pandemic, MEDCs must come together to provide LEDCs with aid. And all of the countries must work alongside global organizations to come up with strategies and plans.
Moving on to our plan of action, our ideas and those that have worked all around the world to increase green sustainability during the COVID-19 pandemic. First and foremost, building green and sustainable communities has become pivotal, especially during the pandemic. Smarter planning leads to organized and sustainable cities, which not only help keep the environment good and healthy, but also help keep communities generally virus-free. One cannot discuss this concept without talking about the city of Barcelona in Spain. Barcelona provides an example of how city areas can be completely transformed to control environmental damage. What Barcelona did is they increased access to green spaces by organizing their area into superblocks. Now, superblocks are square-shaped neighborhoods of 9 blocks each. Because of these superblocks, traffic remains in the main roads outside and leaves the streets inside for cyclists and pedestrians, making it overall more sustainable and leading to a decrease in pollution. We must also start expanding green zones all over our cities. These green spaces and this way of organizing not only leads to a significant decrease in harmful gases in our atmosphere, it also means a reduction in respiratory diseases, obesity, and diabetes amongst citizens, which are conditions which significantly increase the vulnerability to COVID-19. Here we have a visual on the plan of how the city of Barcelona will look 1 decade later, with more pacified streets for pedestrians and cyclists, and the entire area organized neatly into superblocks.
Now, we come to our second plan of action, where we discuss sustainable medical waste management. The COVID-19 pandemic has strained India's already stressed waste management system. According to the data shared by Central Pollution Control Board, or the CPCB, the amount of COVID-19 related biomedical waste has been on the rise as we struggle to defeat this virus. In June, India generated 3,025.41 tons of biomedical waste, and by September, the amount had reached a staggering 5,490 tons. This includes personal protective equipment such as gloves, face masks, hazmat suits, and medical equipment used by both healthcare providers and patients. During this pandemic, one of the best examples for sustainable waste management can be seen in the country of China. China has had the largest success rate with managing its waste sustainably, and it applies comprehensible modes for waste removal. By learning from an example set by China, the rest of the world can apply similar strategies to managing its waste. From no-incineration disposal techniques to using advanced technologies such as the Internet of Things, waste management has a hopeful future to becoming advanced and sustainable. Now, let's look further into how China managed its waste. The city of Wuhan in China generated nearly 247 tons of medical waste per day at the peak of the pandemic, nearly 6 times more than before the pandemic. This caused the local government to officially declare lockdowns and social distancing policies in the city. Now, during the outbreak in Wuhan, 3 main changes were observed. from decentralization to centralization, from irregular to regular management, and from mostly incineration to non-incineration disposal techniques such as dry heat and chemical disinfection, which are much more sustainable for the environment. As we need to advance into the future, we have to apply cost-efficient and operationally efficient techniques. One of these are the advanced technology of IoT, or the Internet of Things. This urban waste management system is cost efficient and it's operationally efficient, as it allows customer satisfaction and does not cause dumpster overflows. With COVID-19 striking the economies of several countries, cost efficient and operationally efficient solutions are the need of the hour. Waste management service providers and cities can benefit from IoT-powered smart waste management solutions, as it ensures reduced fuel use, decreases our carbon footprint, efficiently disposes waste, and it helps build a green, sustainable future after COVID-19.
All right, so here are the Sustainable Development Goals to follow while working towards green sustainability in a post-COVID world. Firstly, we have SDG number 7, affordable and clean energy. We have SDG number 11, sustainable cities and communities. And lastly, SDG number 13, and the most important, climate action. So with that wraps up our PPT. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was actually a very crisp presentation. I'm happy that you managed to maintain the time, because that is something a lot of people flop on, managing time. So fine, wait for the results. The judges, I'm sure, have marked you. And let me call the second team, Radhika Saini and Manvi Gupta from Banyan Tree School, Lodi Road.
Good morning, one and all. Today, I, Radhika Saini, are going to present our PPT on the theme Ideas for Green Sustainability.
Green is concerned with environmental awareness. Sustainability is concerned with development as a whole. These two terms give rise to the extremely popular term known as sustainable development. There are 3 pillars of sustainability. The first one is economic sustainability. It requires that a business or country uses its resources efficiently and responsibly so that it can operate in a sustainable manner to consistently produce an operational profit. The next one is environmental sustainability. To live in true environmental sustainability, we need to ensure that we are consuming our natural resources at a sustainable rate. The next one is social sustainability. The ability of a society or any social system to persistently achieve a good social well-being. Taking these 3 pillars of sustainability further, if we only achieve 2 out of 3 pillars, then we end up with social and economic sustainability that makes the society equitable, social and environmental sustainability that makes the changes bearable, and economic and environmental sustainability must be viable.
The main focus of the given ideas is target 17.14 of the Sustainable Developmental Goals, which is to enhance policy coherence for sustainable development. But are we following the SDGs properly? The most feasible solution to attain sustainable developments for industries and governments has always been plastic, but it is extremely dangerous too. And you ask why? Because 100 million marine animals die each year from plastic waste alone, because the environment is getting polluted. And what not other reasons?
Can we achieve sustainability?
Yes, we can, and we should start from our homes.
And how will we do this?
Well, here are some ideas. We can choose LED over traditional bulbs and tube lights.
But why? I mean, everything has traditional bulbs and people.
Well, LEDs typically use about 75% less energy than traditional incandescent and can at least last 35 times longer. We can also try using reusable bottles. Well, switching to reusable bottles or ethically made products helps eliminate plastic use and is cheaper too. Then we can compost too. Composting at home is easy. All we need is a container and area for decomposting. Or maybe we can install a low flow shower head or use a shower timer to conserve water.
Oh, nice. But what about bird feeders?
Well, yes, bird feeders can be made using old plastic bottles and trays. It's simple, easy, quick, and efficient. What else do we need? And the basic deny plastic. Plastic is old news. Instead, you'd use reusable bags and place them anywhere.
And what about
Yeah, we can also buy recycled notebooks, pen, and even toilet paper. They are cheaper, encourage the 3 R's. Or maybe we can try using the Hathi chart.
oh, yes, can. Could you tell us how can industries take a step towards achieving sustainability?
So instead of having those loose packaging for hard breads and toys, the industries can tight package their products, ensuring less plastic use, low input, and less wastage. And they can also try vacuum packaging. Industries can even vacuum package their products as they take less space, have longer shelf life, and will help reduce plastic use. Or maybe we can try investing in recycling. Market for recycled plastic is huge. Recycled plastic can be sold to product manufacturing companies, polybag makers and transport authorities.
Let's consider some things now.
Like,
Like, the often concept.
Uh,
yeah, you're correct. This
Tripti,
lockdown has taught us how to manage our resources effectively.
Radhika,
But, yes, sir?
sorry, Radhika, I think Manvi is not audible. She has not been audible for quite some time. I think it would be a better idea if you do both. Manvi's audio is not clear at all.
The voice
Okay,
is
sir.
cracking. Yeah.
Okay. So we can consider some things like the online and offline concept. This lockdown has taught us how to manage our resources effectively. But what if this is the new normal? Meaning, work can be done online too, like we are doing, and this may reduce the time, fuel, and energy consumption. Physical attendance in schools and offices can be regulated as per need. And we cannot forget about our online services. Why travel and be unsustainable when everything is available on the click of a button? Why waste paper and buy paper books? Why not ebooks? But don't forget to inquire. These ideas are totally useless if we forget to ask ourselves and demand to know what will happen to the products after we throw them away. What about the masks we all are using? Will it be recycled or reused or will emerge as a threat for us in the future? Well, Manvi and I had loads of fun surfing through all these websites and learning something new. But sustainable development, once a suggestion, has now turned into a necessity. It is important that we open our eyes on time for our sake and for the future generations. If we want our future to be bright, then we need to think fast and act now, or the future will be as dark as this presentation. The choice is ours. Remember, crying only gives the feeling of repentance, not the solution. Sustainability is today's needs, to which we all should pay heed, or we will mislead. Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. That was a one good presentation, and best wishes to you. You're being scored. Now, I
Thank
now
you very much,
invite the
ma'am.
next team, Srihari Samavedula and Ananya Kapai, to make the presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I, Ananya Kapahi, and my friend Srihari will be talking about green recovery post COVID 19. Before we start, firstly, I'd like to thank the jury for letting us present at this event. I'd like to start with a quote by Kofi Annan. Sustainable development is the masterful balance of meeting our own needs without jeopardizing the future generation's ability to do the same. As the above quote states, sustainable development can be defined as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. As the agenda discussed, the problem at hand is clearly the fact that our planet is facing multiple crises which are the climate change crisis, nature and biodiversity crisis, and pollution and waste crisis. These three crises caused by our unsustainable consumption and production are undermining the natural foundations of human existence. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we have somewhat recovered that damage that was caused to the environment over the years. And in the following slides, we will be covering how we can lower the current level of environmental damage.
As we are speaking about these problems, there are some solutions to compensate them as well. First, reforms in agriculture. As we know that about one third of Indian population depends on agriculture. So a shift towards regenerative agriculture can help in green recovery post-COVID. The Indian government has established a new system called as zero budget natural farming. The phrase zero budget means without using credit and no spending on farming inputs. The system is already operational in states like Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Under this system, usage of chemical fertilizers is strictly prohibited. This helps the small scale farmers to earn higher income. Hence, it is beneficial for the environment and for the humans as well. Second, private sector investments. Forests and other nature based solutions represent one third of the solution to climate change but receive less than 3% of climate finance. Large amounts have, of course, been invested in new technologies and new energy infrastructure.
Multilateralism to boost action. Before I talk about this topic, I first like to talk about what the Sustainable Development Goals are. So, Sustainable Development Goals or global goals are a collection of 17 interlinked global design goals designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. Next year gives us an opportunity to join the biodiversity and the climate agendas under the umbrella of SDGs. National RED Plus strategies define a set of policies and programs to reduce emissions from deforestation and forest degradation while enhancing carbon uptake from other RED Plus activities. They have become a catalyst to help countries analyze and reform wider forestry, land tenure, and sustainable development policies.
Electric vehicles, remaking automobile industry. In today's world, over 1.2 billion vehicles run on petrol and diesel on the roads. But a shift from these gasoline cars to electric cars can help us accelerate green recovery. There are many benefits of using electric vehicles or EVs. First, improves public health and reducing ecological damage. Second, they give us cleaner streets. Third, EVs are far quieter than conventional vehicles. They create a more peaceful environment for us all. Fourth, electric motors react quickly. Fifth, EVs are very responsive and have a very good torque. Sixth, EVs can also reduce the emissions that contribute to climate change and smog. The following states the sources that were used for the creation of this project. Thank you.
Good presentation. And yeah, as I said, your scores are being marked by the jury members, and you'll soon get to know the result. Can I request Mehak Ahuja? The team comprises of Suhana Vikas from DPS Gurugram and Mehak Ahuja from Manav Study School, New Delhi. But since Suhana is having her pre-board exams today, Mehak will be presenting. The presentation has been submitted by both of them.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mehak.
Green sustainability in the post-COVID world. Good morning. I am Mehak Ahuja from Manav School, and I'm delighted to be a part of the 8th PRME International Conference. Me and my dearest friend Suhana Vikas from Delhi Public School, who unfortunately missed the opportunity to join us due to her pre-board, will present our idea on the topic planning for a green sustainability in the post-COVID world. What is sustainability in terms of nature? It is concerned with environmental health, economic vitality, and social benefits. Following are the current trends to sustain greenery for us and our future generations. A recent trend that is related to our idea is green tech and green automation. It is the inclusion of environment protection in technology and development. It has benefited by saving time, money, and resources, protected the environment, reduced the existing burden on environment, repaired past damage, and conserved the natural resources. Coronavirus. Described as a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from common cold to more severe diseases, so deadly that it took many precious lives away. But on the positive side, it also renewed focus on health and wellness and started a chain of environmental repair. Drum roll, everyone. We introduce you to our idea. That is green artificial intelligence. Many of you must have been aware of this topic, but it's still a work in progress. Artificial intelligence is the future of this world. If we combine AI with green sustainability from the start, people would pay more attention towards environment. If we use this combination, AI can contribute to analyze and use data for preceding climate change, crop failure, etc. Artificial intelligence built into today's smart world can analyze the habits of people who live in home and adjust the temperature accordingly, saving up to 40% on energy bills. And lastly, optimizing production and energy systems. As said before, AI can help to tackle one of the major issues like environment degradation and climate change. It can also encourage in reduction in resources spent, more efficient algorithms, lower power use in architecture, and making better supply chains for the planet. I came across with an example of a multinational company like Google has leveraged and collaborated with the data mine's machine learning capabilities so that the data centers that they have established globally could save energy by 40%. In conclusion, green artificial intelligence is a great way that will be long-lasting and useful even to the future generations. We all need to balance our technological advancement with environment protection as they are dependent on one another. Us humans are very fascinated by technology, and even now many people are completely dependent on digital life. But you better be careful. The last time Earth got angry, it erased dinosaurs. Thank you.
Mehak, thank you. That was a good presentation. Now we can, Himanshi and Nitya, are you there?
Now I invite the next team, that is Himanshi Saini and Nitya Jain from Banyan Tree School. Before the next team comes, I would also like to mention here that Srihari and Ananya are from Salwan Public School, Gurugram. I missed mentioning that. Himanshi Saini and Nitya Jain, Banyan Tree School, you are the next to present. Himanshi and Nitya, yeah, we can see your screen.
Yes, ma'am. I am Himanshi Saini from Banyan Tree School, and my partner is Nitya Jain, and she is also from Banyan Tree School.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Nitya Jain. I'm from Banyan Tree School.
Wonderful. Go ahead.
Our topic is green sustainability. So, green and sustainable are terms that point to environment awareness and preserving natural resources. Green is strictly concerned with environmental health, and sustainable is concerned with environmental health, economic vitality, and social benefits. Sustainability includes aspect of going green, but green product does not inherently sustainable. So in this slide, I am talking about green building. This is a building that reduces or eliminates or negative impact on the environment. Green building may include the following features, such as solar or another from renewable energy, healthy indoor air quality, efficient energy and water resource, adaptable design to changing environment, utilization of green roofs and gardens, use of non-toxic, sustainable, low impact and ethical material, reduction of waste and pollution, recycling and reuse ability. This slide is about sustainable design. Sustainable design seek to reduce negative impact on the environment and health and comfort of building occupants, thereby improving building performance. The basic objective of sustainability are to reduce consumption of non-renewable resources, minimize waste, and create healthy, productive environments.
Now we're going to talk about what is the primary difference between green and sustainable. When comparing green versus sustainable, the primary difference is that sustainability design is a breed ideology that takes into consideration social, environmental performance, and financial implications. Green design focuses more on the environmental aspects, while many green products are environmental friendly. Looking at them from the sustainability aspect involves digging deeper.
So you should think globally and act locally. Thanks for watching. This is our end of our slide.
Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. That was one good presentation. And on that note, I would let you all know that you have all really done amazing work. I congratulate all the teams to have done such brilliant work and presented so well. While the result is being computed, and in a while we'll be just sharing with you right away. But before that, I request our jury members to kindly share the remarks and observations with the students, please. And we would love to start with you, Nikhil.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tripti. It's just that just give us 2 minutes.
Sure.
Just give us 2 minutes and we'll get back to you.
And Joseph, if...
yeah, we both will be discussing the results.
Perfect.
So just give us 2 minutes.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Have a chat with these students. I mean, you could ask
anytime.
Yeah.
Having a chat with them is always so pleasurable.
Yeah.
So why don't you all tell me how was the experience?
Question also, no?
Definitely,
We
ma'am.
can ask.
Sure,
can I ask question?
All yours, ma'am.
I hope this will not influence their result. This is something in a different connotation, because if they answer to me, it doesn't mean that it's just a discussion, you know. That's what we want to do this and this platform to utilize the time. Now, very good presentation, all of you, as Tripti already mentioned. I have a question to Pathway School, I think Yasha Jain and the Kashish Vahal. You brought out very important point, and before your presentation, we were discussing on the impact analysis and how we track digital footprint, which you carbon footprint, you know, with the increase in digital platform after COVID-19, it's just multiplied fourfold, manifold, you know. So how do we, have you seen any good model to present here, give an answer to this question, how we are tracking this individual digital footprint, which you mentioned in your slide, very important point, you know.
How to control the digital carbon footprint? Is that what you're asking? All right, so for one, there are many web searchers and stuff. So on Google, every time you search, it wastes so much energy, but there are a lot of search engines that are sustainable, that don't do this. So you can use those. There's also, you know, the thing of basic control over our digital lives. This will also like improve so many people's mental health and lifestyles in general, as well as helping the environment. So it all comes down to, you know, control on an individual level. There's not, for digital things, there's not much we can do on a global level as of now, because it's so important, especially in this time. Like if it wasn't for digitalization, then we wouldn't be having this meeting right now. We wouldn't be having online classes right now. So it's important, but it's also having an impact on the environment. So we have to be mindful and do whatever we can.
Yeah, so you are talking of digital well-being, you know. So our phone has a tracker of that. Every phone has digital well-being index. You know? So we can go through that, right? That's what you're indicating at individual level. Good, thank you.
Actually, you have so
Yeah.
many tracking devices. I mean, you can have that watch that tracks your footsteps, that tracks your heartbeat. That I mean, so I mean, we have apps that tell us how much we are really uh,
Using
taking care of our health aspects in our everyday life. So yeah,
but we should not
my
get
question
lost
and
in this tracking. Tripti, you are right, but
yes,
we should not get lost in the tracking. What Yasha has said, that we have to have control. I'm a mental health professional, so she's
yes,
right.
ma'am.
There's a mental health issue also coming in, when we talk of social, environmental, and again the index which one student was talking from our school, Banyan School, that we have to see social also, environmental also, and this index who is tracking. That's true, but how do we do this? That's a major question. That's why we are having this conference and debate and discussion. So yes, we have to
Absolutely.
find out the good viable model on this. That's what the research area. Yeah.
Mm.
Very,
And
very right. Yes.
there's many documentaries and stuff about how these, how technology and how the digital world is influencing people, and how it's influencing the environment too. Like the reason so much there's so many more suicide rates in the COVID-19 pandemic. People's health and well-being is going crashing down in this pandemic, and a lot of it comes from mental stress because of social media, because of digital things.
And it's about
Well,
creating a balance between your life. So if so, like everything has a positive side and everything has a negative side. So like
very
Yasha
right.
said, the internet has been really useful during this pandemic time, because we've been able to uphold our education, we've been able to keep in contact with others, and it has helped us. But it also has a flip side to it, where it has come at a great cost to the environment, and it has harmed our own mental health, as we are constantly on our phones, we're constantly on our devices. So it's all about creating an essential balance, which is how we will achieve proper sustainability. Sustainability is about creating a balance.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
good answer.
I see Radhika, you've raised your hand. Please go ahead. Radhika, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. So,
Yeah,
ma'am, I completely agree with Kashish and Yasha. As they said, both it has both negative and positive sides. And yes, it is very much true. There are people who are being negative about it, playing PUBG and all games. Playing games is good. It actually helps us relax our minds. But when you overdo it, when you're obsessed with it, it leads to psychological problems and other disorders as well. But this pandemic has been very useful to me because I have been doing psychology internships and everything that I wanted to do. Because with normal school, I'm not able to manage times, but I'm at home, I have free time. I'm doing 2 to 3 internships at a time. So it has been really helpful for me.
actually, and when you mentioned 2 to 3 internships, I mean, the question that comes to my mind is, how did you all make good of this period when you were all home?
Yeah.
I mean, and anyone can take that question. What good did you make out of it? And where did it really help you taking care of the environment also? Because you were not traveling, you were not using your cars. So, I mean, just think about it.
Like COVID-19, of course, it's been a very negative experience. A lot of lives have been lost, a lot of sacrifices
True,
have been
very
made.
true, very
But
true.
it really has actually helped, especially me as a student, because of this COVID-19 pandemic, I've had so much more time on my hands, time to think about, everything I'm passionate about, time to think about the environment, about what I want to do. I've had, like someone was talking about internships. I've been able to take up so many projects like these, take up so many more opportunities like these as well. And for the environment, we all know that COVID-19 has done a lot of good for the environment as well. I mean, I think earlier in this meeting, someone was talking about seeing stars
Stars,
in the Delhi sky. Like sometimes it
absolutely.
gets so clouded, it's just hard to see like a few meters ahead of you. And now because all of this, the world has slowed down so much. We saw dolphins in Mumbai beach the other day because
That's
everything
so
slowed
amazing.
down so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful. I mean,
So
it's always so wonderful discussing things with all of you. I mean, we can go on, but
exactly,
we
exactly.
have a time capping to us. And Nikhil, over to you.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. First of all, forgive me all the teams because we have to decide the rankings. But all the teams were very good, and we liked all the presentation. It's just that it's our duty to rank them from 1 to 5. So we have done that. couple of remarks, and please take it in a positive note because we all have lot of things to learn in the coming future. The most important thing is peer-to-peer learning. I don't know whether it's possible or not. If everyone can share presentation with everyone else, because I think peer-to-peer learning is one of the most important and easy way of learning. Secondly is there is lot of hard work which I could see in the presentation at your age. Frankly speaking, I could not have done this presentation, but because of the technology and the advancement, what you have done is really remarkable. Some very small points is whenever you're presenting, try not to read these slides. Of course, there are some bullet points. There should be some bullet points. You take those bullet points and you expand on those bullet points. You don't just read these slides because anyone and everyone can just read these slides. Then what is the scope of presenting? So we are presenting, so you should present and not just read these slides. And one more thing, I know it will be difficult for you people. This is called elevator pitch. You can do Google search and understand. So whenever somebody asks you to introduce yourself, you should have the 30 seconds or 1 minute ready to introduce yourself so that the person really gets impressed with you and just not mention your name. Uh, Thank you so much, everyone. And I would like Joseph to give his remarks.
Hi, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Apologies for the noise, background noise. I'm at the airport right now. It was a very interesting set of ideas that I had the opportunity to listen to. And I would say when it comes to sustainability, it's really inspiring to see students from classes 8 onwards taking an interest and coming forward with putting forward their ideas on how to be sustainable at a personal level and also at an industrial level when it comes to industrial associations, etc. My 2 cents on the presentations that I had an opportunity to see today is that, as Nikhil rightly mentioned, most of you were just reading out of the slides, and right now it might not come out as a big challenge for you, but when you go forward, it might not be the ideal set of practices that you might want to adopt. Because I would suggest you to put out bullet points in your presentations. When you have bullet points, you'll have that connectivity in your mind that you're going to talk about this point, and then you expand on that. So that it will be very natural, but at the same time, it will also give you that set of sense of achievement of having done something on your own, right? And the other point was the design of presentations when it comes to explaining or putting forward your thought or ideas should not be very word heavy. You're putting out sentences, you're putting out paragraphs in one slide. No one has the time or the energy to read all of those small fonts. So the best practice there is to just have bigger fonts, of course, but at the same time give information or data points which you can expand on, which would be beneficial for yourself as well as it would keep the interest level alive for the listeners. And yes, as I mentioned, as we had a very tough past 5 minutes deciding on whom we should give the to be honest, we had actually thought on some prominent numbering in terms of giving out the prizes to when we saw the initial presentation. But to be honest, we had to rejuggle and have a very heated discussion and debate amongst each other to actually come up with the final result. So I apologize to the jury, the committee here, if that might have caused some difficulty at your end. But we have to do the right thing, and that's how justice has to be served. On that note, I move back to Nikhil to announce the winners if we are at the right moment to do that right now.
Yes, thank you, Joseph. So without any, yes, sir.
Tripti, the certificate is taking some time coming. The certificate is taking some time coming. Can we go ahead with the results and probably I'll show the certificates in the end? Sorry to disappoint the winners, but I'll show. Yeah, it's coming.
I guess that's okay. That's okay, Vidisha, ma'am.
Okay.
Dr. Vidisha, is that okay?
Yeah. Please go ahead, Nikhil.
Please, Nikhil.
And participants don't get disappointed. I'll definitely try and show it before the show gets over. Yeah, please, Nikhil.
Yeah. First of all, again, I'm saying the same thing. Sorry for repeating myself. We just have to decide top 5. That's why we are deciding. If not, all the presentations were very good and you all are doing a great job. And going ahead, please forgive me if I am pronouncing some names wrong. Uh, let's not waste time and come to rank 5. The cash prize for rank 5 is 1000 rupees, and that is team 4, Himanshi Saini and Nitya Jain from Banyan Tree School, Lodi Road. Coming to rank 4 is cash prize is 1500 rupees. That is team 2. Team 2 is Radhika Saini and Manvi Gupta from Banyan Tree School, Lodi Road. Both from Lodi Road. Congratulations, guys. You are doing really great.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Rank 3 is team 5, Suhana Vikas, TPS Gurugram, and Mehak Ahuja for Manav Sthali School, New Delhi. Great going, guys. And it's really good that 2 schools came up as a good one team. That's really a good thing.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Rank 2 is team 3 with cash prize of 2500 rupees. And that is Srihari Samavedelu and Ananya Kapali from Salwan Public School, Gurugram. Congratulations, guys, again.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, rank 1 is very obvious to everyone. That is team 1 with a cash prize of 3000 rupees. Kashish Wahi and Yasha Jain from Pathways World School, Aravali. Many, many congratulations, guys. And congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all the
everyone.
winners.
Rajkishan,
You all
shall
deserve
we-
it so well, and you're all winners. In fact,
Exactly. That's the correct point.
Yeah.
the kind of work you all did, such amazing presentations you came up with, the deep research that you all did, makes you all winners. It's just that we have to rank somebody as first and somebody as second. So all the winners, once again, big congratulations to you all. And on that note, I'm extremely thankful to both of you, Nikhil and Joseph, for having spared your time and, have first you did the shortlisting and then this whole, judging the presentations. It's been, absolutely a great effort from both of you. I'm extremely thankful to both of you. And also, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the students who really did so much of hard work. I know you're all, going through your examination phase and you have your studies and projects, and in between you find time for this. So that's again something to appreciate and applaud. And a big thank you to all your teachers and some of the school principals who really took the initiative in motivating you all to participate in this competition. So a lot of entries were actually steered through the teachers and principals that we received, and we are extremely thankful to all of them as well. Once again, congratulations to everyone. Thank you for joining, and over to you, Vidisha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Tripti. Thank you so much, Rajkishan. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Thank you so much, Joseph. And thank you so much for the students. It was really wonderful. And we are so happy that all of you could join, present, share your ideas and views and your PPT. I think it's really, as Nikhil and Joseph have mentioned, it's really incredible that how all of you could come up with something
I know.
so good at such a young age. So, it kind of tells us that, we are on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, the future is really bright.
We in school could have never done it.
Yeah. I think
So thank you
Vidisha,
all.
we are all doing we are doing all these things, but we are past that age, and looking at them, we feel that the future is going to be,
Very
much
bright.
better than yeah, and they will
It's not
take it
only bright,
much better
Rajkishan,
manner.
it's not only bright, it is greener also.
Greener, yes, ma'am.